As a sociologist, I'm interested in how work shapes societies and conversely, how societies shape work. I'm further interested in the categories that size work and in the lived experience people have of work. The main project I have been working on during the last years is about workers' capabilities in multinational groups that are operating in France and Germany. And I was looking at capabilities with respect to professional development and the quality of work. What does capability mean? Capability asks about the possibilities people have to be and do what they have reasons to value, according to the definition Amartya Sen and Martha Nussbaum's propose of it. But why should we bother about capabilities at the workplace, given the fact that the relationship that binds employees to employer is a contractual relationship of subordination that de facto involves an abdication of a part of the freedom of the employees. Indeed, but since the last years, many social policies and management models have made out of individuals' freedom, individuals' responsibility and empowerment their main focus. Therefore, the capability concepts allows us to critically assess these policies and models that make out of individual freedom their fulcrum. The critical potential of the capability follows not from a kind of ideological, overwhelming denunciation, but it occurs from a careful study of the content of these policies and models and their confrontation to their implementation and the effects that follow therefrom for the workers. Let's take, for instance, professional development. When workers are asked to turn into entrepreneurs of their career, of their employability, the capability approach asks whether workers actually have the opportunities and resources to do so or not. That means capabilities is not just a matter of individual capacities. It always involves institutional devices, organizational practices, and more broadly, the environment in which people are living. This kind of issues are also at the core of the network, the transnational network called Working Futures that I have launched at the Wissenschaftskolleg 2 years ago. This network brings together scholars from different disciplines and different countries in order to address the issue of the transformations of work. Among the current endeavors of this network is a book project on the categorization of work, more precisely on the shifting boundaries of the categories that are structuring the world of work. Categories are a very important issue because they provide the basis for social policies, for organizational policies, as well as for individuals' behaviors. The last decades have put into question many categories of work. For instance, full employment, lifelong jobs, Taylorism, or even social classes, while raising new ones, such as precarity, self-employment, co-working, teleworking, mobbing, startups, or even capability. The aim of this project is to start with the pandemics in order to use it as a kind of magnifying glass of this transformation. The pandemics accelerated some of this transformation while producing new ones. The category of essential jobs, for instance, is a good case for these new categories that were brought by the discussions about the pandemic. Essential jobs are supposed to be related to a criteria of social utility. But what does social utility mean? Who sets the standards for it? And is it possible to define social utility in a general way? Or is social utility always related to specific spaces and specific times? This is the kind of issue we are raising in the network. That means that we are not only interested in categories, but much more in the processes that shape these categories. Therefore, we ask about who is categorizing institutions, workers, through trade unions or individual workers, employers, scholars from different disciplines, and to what purpose? What are the rationales? What are the logics that very often might be conflicting logics? And what kind of implementation follows from these categories? And what are the effects of this implementation? For whom? What are the discriminating effects, the empowering effects? And at the end, do these kind of categories enhance or readily meet workers' capabilities? By bringing together experts from different disciplines, different fields of work, different countries, the aim of this book project is to contribute to drawing a transnational landscape of future-oriented work categorization.